Hey everybody, Bug Eater back with another video. So this week I'm taking you along at a hunt at some torn up curb strips. So the first one was at a local university, the other two were in neighborhoods, and there was a lot of cool stuff to be found, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So I'm working a sidewalk tear out today, and right here, if I can get the pinpointer out of the way, we've got us a penny. It's pretty green looking, so I'm thinking probably a wheat penny if I had to guess. I don't see much on it as far as a date goes. We'll flip this over and see what we have on the back. And I do believe that is a wheat penny. It is a super crusty one. There's another look at the face. I'll go ahead and clean this up a little bit off camera, and if it's an older date, I'll loop you back in. Well, this one was a penny tone, not super deep either, and I see color and gold gilt poking through. Oh my gosh, what is that? This looks extremely old and super fancy. Oh, and there's a shank on the back, so probably a chunk to a cufflink if I had to guess. That is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to clean this up a little bit off camera and I'll loop you back in. So here's that bit all cleaned up. It's got a ton of gold gilt and fancy. It has a Victorian look to it. And if I flip it over, it's got a shank. So definitely a cufflink. There would have been a link that attached to that. And this is a very early style too, so late 1800s. So this is an awesome find. I'll certainly take it. So let's see if we get something else. Well, not super deep again. Looks like we've got another piece of old stuff. This appears to be a razor handle, and it's got a lot of fancy on it. This would date to the 30s or so, maybe a little bit earlier. But that is a super cool find. I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, this one hit a little bit lower. That's a green coin down in the hole, and oh, I can see it already. That is an Indian head penny. There's your wreath and 1 cent on the back. Ooh, this is gonna be a pretty one too. Let's see what we got for a date on it. A little bit tougher, but I believe I see something with 8s. Maybe 1888. Yeah, I think it is 1888. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit off camera and I'll loop you back in. Well, here it is all cleaned up. That is one pretty Indian head penny, and 1888 will be the date on that one. Here's the back of it. Fantastic condition, so I'll certainly take that. Some of the pouch that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. So we've got us a surface find. This looks like an old marble of some sort. It is a pretty old block, so probably pretty original to the houses, but it's a cool find. Let's see if we get something else. Well, that's not what I was expecting. Not far from that old marble. I just pulled up that. It's got a scalloped edge to it, so it's gotta be an old merchant's token, and it's got a hole in it. I see something coming through, and in fact, there is an address on here, so it's probably local to Omaha. So this is gonna need some further cleaning, and I will loop you back in. So here it is all cleaned up. It says Model Billiards of 1322 Douglas Street in Omaha. So that is a super cool find, good for 5 cents in trade. So definitely turn the century or so, but that's a really cool find. Let's see if we get something else. Well, low numbers again. We've got another green coin, and actually take a look at that. That there is going to be an Indian head penny again. Back is super crusty, but looks like we do have an 1800s date on it. Looks like that says 1890. So I will certainly take another Indian head penny, but back's a little bit toasty, but I should be able to clean that up off camera. But that's an awesome find. I will take it. Let's see if we get something else. Not far from the Indian, I see another penny in the hole. This one though, it looks like a wheat penny. Yeah, definitely a wheat penny. Let's see what the date is on the front of this one. Wow. That is extremely crusty. I'm going to clean this up off camera, and if it's an older date, I'll loop you back in. Well, this one is a little bit deeper, and I see something. Is this silver? Huh. Now it feels light like aluminum. Let's see what the face holds for us. Oof. That is rough. I'm thinking I see writing on it, so it's gotta be some sort of old token, but it is got a hole drilled through it and very caked. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit and I'll loop you back in. So here's the token all cleaned up. It says good for something in trade. And on the other side, wouldn't you know it, it is another Model Billiards from Omaha, Nebraska. So that is a super cool find. This one is a round one compared to the scalloped one from earlier, but that is an awesome find. I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, take a look at that. It is going to be token time again. Another one with a hole. Somebody must have put these on a string or something and wore them and just like lost them in this curb strip. That is incredible. This side is worn down pretty smooth, but on the other, there we go. We've got the, I believe it's going to be another one of those billiards tokens. And we'll get this all cleaned up a little bit. It's a little bit worn, so I'll get you some detail, but I'll loop you back in when it's all cleaned up. So here it is all cleaned up. This side is totally slicked off. This spent a lot of time in pockets. In fact, so much that you can barely see the word billiard and some of the little dots around the edge. But that's still a cool find. That is 3 tokens from the same business out of this same little curb strip. So let's see if we get something else. Well, I am digging down into the gravel now, and take a look at that. I gouged it real bad, but that is a silver dime, it appears. I'm just gonna rub it because it's so destroyed. I hit the back so hard I can't even tell what it is. And, oh boy, that is one crusty mercury dime. Oh wow. But that is still a little silver. I'm going to clean this up a little bit off camera and I'll loop you back in. Well, here it is all cleaned up. There's not much to see. 1944 is the date though, and if there was a competition for ugliest mercury dime, this has got to take the cake, but I will certainly take it. It's still silver, so let's see if we get something else. It looks like it is time for another old coin. That there is a wheat penny, and it looks extremely green. Yeah, there's the 1 cent on the back. Let's see what the date is. Ooh, that is super, super crusty, and this is going to need some work off camera, but if it's an older date, I'll loop you back in. If not, let's see if we get something else. Well, here's the wheat penny with the crust knocked off. It's a 1916D, so pretty old for this neighborhood considering this one was built in the 40s. So this is a different tear out than the tokens and all of that stuff, but I'll take a wheat penny. So let's see if we get something else. So it looks like we've got another older looking penny. This one I can already see it. It's a wheat. Not very deep again this time. There's your 1 cent on the back, and it looks like it's got a newer patina, but we'll find out. Looks like a 1944, I believe. Still a cool coin though, I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, just an update on that wheat penny. I thought it was 1944. I was way off because that says 1914. So over 100 years old again. That is now 2 super early wheats out of this tear out, so I will certainly take it. So let's see if we get something else. So it looks like the workers left a little bit of a surprise. These 2 bottles were actually just tossed off to the side. We've got what appears to be some sort of like cologne bottle or something. It's just glass. And then the other one, I'll get that set down. We've got this super cool looking milk glass jar. No designs or anything on either of them, but still cool finds. Let's see if we get something else. Well, there's another penny right there. Hopefully another wheat, and actually, I believe I see 1 cent poking through. So yeah, that is gonna be another wheat penny. Let's see what the date on this one is. 1956, I believe. So not a super old one, but I'll still take a wheat penny. So let's see if we get something else. Well, that looks pretty shiny. I think I can already see it. That's gonna be another mercury dime, though this one is gonna be much, much nicer than the first one tonight. I see a date of 1941, so we'll just rub this one. And there's the back of it. Nice, clean wipe on the back. No mint mark that I can see. Let's see what we have for the rest of the face. Looks like it's got pretty good detail, but there it is. 1941 is going to be the date, but I will certainly take another merc. So in the pouch that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. Check out that surface find. We've got us a little shell button, and this looks extremely old. Now the house I am in front of now, where the sidewalk is torn up, is a little bit older, like turn of the century or so. So this is a pretty old find here, so I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. Hey everybody, Bug Eater back with another wrap up from some hunts at some torn up curb strips. So we'll start off with the relics. I got onto a milk glass jar. I also got onto a razor handle, an old button, a yellow marble. This is my favorite relic from the hunt. It's a Victorian era cufflink, so like 1870s to 1890s range. Tons of gold gilt and fancy. And there's the back of it. It's got the shank where it would have attached to another piece. And now onto the coins. I got a 1959 memorial, a bunch of wheat pennies. The dates are 56D, 53D, 4060. The 2 oldest are a 16D and a 14, sadly with no mint mark. I got 2 Indian head pennies here, and if I flip them over, we've got dates of 1890 and 1888 on the super pretty one. Onto the tokens now. I got 3 all from the same business, all from Model Billiards. This one here has even got the address on it still left, 1322 Douglas Street, which is actually where the Omaha World Herald newspaper is located today. These are all good for 5 cents in trade tokens, and this one in the middle is actually slick on the back. And it looks like they were worn on a string at one point. And then I even got 2 little silvers to send me home. The ugliest mercury dime I've ever dug. The date is 1944 on this one. There's the back of it. Gouged it pretty good. And then the nicer of the 2 is a 1941. And here's the back of that coin. But that was my hunt, guys. Thanks again for coming along. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. And this is Bug Eater, signing out.